Everyone thinks you are together, but only you know that you are not. D is indeed a D cup. She has a baby face and big breasts. What's annoying is that she is also a low-key second-generation rich whose father made a fortune by starting a factory and later got into real estate. D said she didn't want to be a rich and beautiful girl. She wanted to be an ordinary person. Listen, how ridiculous this line is. So she went to work as a saleswoman in her father's clothing brand store, and no one knew she was the boss's daughter. He sells men's clothing, known for its rustic and ugly style, but it's loved by local entrepreneurs. The big gold buttons are so stylish. Dee deals with fat and ugly uncles every day, which makes her feel a sense of thirst when she sees Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean isn't a top-notch handsome guy, but he's neat and refreshing. He wears stylish casual suits, and Dee can't help but admire his taste. Mr. Clean originally brought clients to buy clothes, but he seemed to be addicted to the suits in Dee's store. Every 1 or 2 weeks, he would bring clients to buy a few sets of suits. Sometimes when Dee wasn't there, he wouldn't buy anything and just leave. After a while, everyone in the store knew that Mr. Clean had impure thoughts about Dee, so when he came again, everyone would wink and call out, "Dee, come out and serve the customer." Mr. Clean happily accepted this scandal. When Dee went on a trip for about a month, she came back to the store and her colleagues told her that Mr. Clean had come several times and looked worried, asking if she had resigned. The next day, a customer came to Dee's store, looking sleazy and dirty all over, insisting on trying on a pair of trousers. Before he entered the fitting room, he stared at Dee's chest several times. After trying on the trousers, he threw them at Dee and left. Dee found some unknown liquid on the trousers and was shaking with anger. Just then, Mr. Clean brought his client over, saw Dee in tears, and after hearing what happened, he said, "Do you have surveillance footage? Don't worry, I'll take care of this." Then he casually took DZA's phone and asked, "What's the password?" He didn't react and gave it to him. Mr. Clean added her on Facebook and instructed, "If you have any trouble in the future, let me know. Isn't this the rhythm of domineering CEO falls for me?" A week later, Clean sent her a photo of the sleazy man with bruises all over his face, his eyes swollen shut. Dee replied, "Did you have someone beat him up?" He said, "Yeah." Dee answered, "This is the most touching thing I've ever experienced." With Facebook, flirting became more convenient. Mr. Clean would occasionally send flirtatious messages like, "Do your uniform skirts have to be so short? The boss can't afford to buy longer skirts." He wanted to say, "The boss is my dad, and you might be my future father-in-law, you little scat." Mr. Clean then said, "Today I saw one of your chain stores. It's so ugly because you're not in it." He wanted to say, "All these stores might be yours in the future. How dare you call it ugly?" After flirting for half a year, Mr. Clean still came to the store from time to time to buy suits for clients or bring Dee imported fruits and cartoon toys. On Dee's birthday, she called Mr. Clean. That day, Dee drank a lot, and Miss Clean drove her home. When they were downstairs at Dee's place, they kissed in the car, and Mr. Clean touched Dee's chest, looking intoxicated. Dee asked, "Are you touching my chest? Does Nancy know?" Mr. Clean was stunned for a few seconds, then calmly said, "You know?" He'd said, "Thank her. If she hadn't come to slap me in the face today, I might have been played to death by you. You're amazing. You got married last month and still don't forget to flirt with me. A master of love? Do you want a trophy?" Mr. Clean awkwardly said, "Don't overthink it. I just see you as a cute little sister." He said, "Which planet are you from? Where is it popular to touch a little sister's chest?" He got out of the car and a few burly men in black suits rushed up. This time, Mr. Clean took a beating, with bruises all over his face and swollen eyes. Flirting is truly one of the most despicable tricks a man can play. There are always girls asking me, "Why is he always so hot and cold, giving me the cold shoulder?" There's a saying that goes, "Not being hot or cold is the best temperature in life, but it's the most frustrating temperature in love. And giving the cold shoulder is the most entertaining plot in a romance drama, but it's the most annoying plot in real love." Why does he often disappear and then act like nothing happened, continuing to flirt with me? Because you are his backup, his pet, his toy. He doesn't make a move, doesn't admit it. Flirting with you must be out of necessity. It must be for some other reason. Yes, girl, he's an alien, he's Superman, he's Batman, he's here to save the Earth and the galaxy, so he doesn't have time for you. And you're just a fool whose love intelligence has dropped. Does a man really love you? Actually, when you ask this question, it means he doesn't love you. You know it, but you just don't want to admit it. If he really loves you, how could he bear just flirting with you? Instead of being serious, he would want to have you right away and let everyone know you're his. The only reason, the only excuse for not being straightforward is that you're not what he wants the most right now. He enjoys the pleasure of flirting with you without taking responsibility, and he can flirt with many people at the same time. Until one day when it suddenly comes out that he has a girlfriend, the silly girl who flirted with him initially still foolishly. How many girls have been hurt in a game of flirting? You have no say in getting jealous, acting cute, or getting angry. You think everything he does is related to you, but you can never confirm it. You have never truly had him, but it feels like you've lost him 1,000 times. Everyone thinks you are together, but only you know that you are not. In the end, even he treats it as if nothing happened, so you have to ask yourself if everything before was just your imagination. So, how should you deal with these despicable men who flirt? Let's go back to Dee's story. She never returned to the store. She was originally studying English and became another simultaneous interpreter. A guy who was reserved would occasionally send her WeChat messages to ask about her well-being, whether she had closed the windows when the typhoon came, and whether she liked a certain American country folk singer. Asked directly, "What do you want?" The reserved guy said, "I just care about you." Dee said, "Are you trying to date me?" The reserved guy hesitated. I do have some feelings for you." He said, "I hate guys who flirt the most. Be a man, okay? Either date me or get lost." I hope this story will inspire you.